Hey everyone, Miacidae here. Welcome back to Darkest Dungeon. So, today on Season 4, the Bleakest Estate, whatever we're calling it these days, we're going to be going to fight the Wizened Hag. Now, I do want to put a slight reminder out here for those of you who aren't essentially caught up, those of you just tuning in, all that jazz, that this isn't just the normal Wizened Hag. This is the Wizened Hag from Arduous Edition, so I don't know as all what the mechanics are going to be for this one, because we saw that the mechanics for the Necromancer Apprentice were slightly changed. His stats were greatly changed. The stats for the Sonorous Prophet were greatly changed, although his skills weren't all that bad. The skills for the Siren were changed. Her stats were changed a lot. So I'm expecting the Hag to at least have stat changes. I'm not sure about the skills. We'll have to go see. In addition to the fact that she's just going to have at least one, but up to 8 just random battle-long buffs. That could just be, oh, she has some bleed resistance. Or it could be health, damage reflection, and a bunch of other things. It could be 1, it could be up to 8. So this fight could be really, really bad. And I believe the Coven actually can get those buffs as well. So, this could just be really interesting. So, we'll have to see kind of what happens. I just also want to put a side note out that, because of a few medical mishaps, that is no one's fault. I'm not calling anyone out on this. I'm not calling any company out on this. I'm hoping the gameplay is alright today, but, my head is just a tiny bit foggy today. Just a tiny bit, so I'm hoping everything's going to go alright today. But I might not be thinking the clearest because, how to best explain this when I haven't talked about much of my medical stuff over these past 3 years. Some of the medical devices I used to manage my conditions failed catastrophically last night, and that's putting it very mildly. So things are a little bit hazy right now. Everything should be good right now, but just to be honest, I'm playing games to take my mind off of things, and hopefully this makes me feel better. But gameplay might be a little wonky, because things are a little wonky right now. I think that's the best way of putting it. That medical device had catastrophic failure. Yeah, I think that's the best way of putting it. So let's go over the group for today. I put this group together at the ending of the last episode, so I think it should be up to snuff. So we're going to be going in with Norman, the Lawbringer. He has a lot of actions. He's one of those heroes that gets 2 actions per turn, kind of like a movement action that also can move some of the enemies. So push or shove, long arm, impale, kind of move him, buff his ultimate attack if you haven't used the Lawbringer at all, and shove, long arm, impale also kind of move the enemy based on what he does. So shove moves him forward, knocks the enemy back. Long arm pulls the enemy forward if they're in the back rows, and then impale moves him forward if he's in the back rows, knocking the enemy back. Then mainly probably just using Swift Justice unless I'm using Ignis Ember to take something out. And then Ad Mortem is the move that we're always building up. This has armor piercing, this has a stun, but Swift Justice usually does more than Ad Mortem unless we've really built up Ad Mortem. So probably not using that until turn 2, turn 3, turn 4. We have the Bellator S request on him. This makes him do 15% more damage as long as his health is above 50%, which hopefully won't be too much of a problem because it's not listed here. However, his movement action, if I recall correctly, I'm not sure if it's on his first or his second set of actions, he gets a restoration if I really wanted him to do that. And then we do have the Mimic Bonesaw. This is really, really powerful on him, because all of his skills except Ignis Ember, so therefore his first and his second action, count as melee hits, so he gets to apply this twice. So he does plus 25% damage versus bleeding, and then on melee hit, he does a 1 for 3 bleed, so he'll do that twice per round, which is really powerful. It's actually a little broken. We're then going to be using Arthas, our Harbinger. I thought this would be kind of powerful onto, just because we're doing a lot of bleeding damage as is on the Hag. As long as we're going into, I believe it's Decay mode. So Grimbane can hit row 3. That's what we want to be hitting reliably as long as he's in rank 2. This bypasses guard. This does a 2 for 3 bleed. This does a 2 for 3 blight. This also ups the damage of Tempest if I wanted to do this. And then he also has the ability to use Shatter if I go into Frost mode, which can hit rank 2 and 3, which actually has armor piercing and a lot of damage just in case the Hag somehow gets armor. However, this is more for if I'm using Mark, which I don't think I have anything here that does Mark. But it is a ability if I need it too. But I do have this ability if I need it, because every time I use one of his disparity moves, I change into another. So if I'm trying to get someone out of the pot, I'm probably using Rhyme Strike, then I go to Frost. If I'm hitting the Hag, I go to Decay. It's kind of one of those things. Then for his trinkets, we have the Soulbinder's token. This minuses the damage he takes, ups his debuff resistance, which is kind of important here, ups his damage, ups his crit rate. I'm going to be using the Pauldrons of Doom here. This lowers the damage he takes even further, ups his protection even further. So quite honestly, he's taking 50% less damage by wearing both of these. It also ups his death blow resistance, ups his accuracy, but it does lower his dodge. But it's going to be just kind of funny seeing him take 50% less damage. And if he's the one taken into the pot, I'm kind of interested to see if he can just tank that the entire time. We'll see though. Our healer is going to be Yuzu, the Sibyl. She's a really good healer, especially because I got that pedal pouch that ups her healing done by 1. And then we have the Seal of Shalia, so every time she uses a friendly skill, she heals herself by 2 as well. So Moonlight Touch does a 3 for 4, 3 to 4 instead of a 2 for 3. Moonlight Embrace is a 2 AoE instead of a 1. And then on the boss, if I need to, I can turn her into Sun mode and just nuke things. And finally, we're going to be using Jake, the Seeker. Using him a little bit differently this time around, he's going to be using Maledict instead of Jolt. So that means we're going to be using Sanguine Spear. This does a 1 for 3 blight on hit, but then it applies Maledict on the target. And then on completion of the Maledict, this has a chance to bleed the original target for an additional 2 for 3. Then any other monsters on the field for an additional 1 for 3. So original target can get bled for up to 3. And then every other target can get bled for up to 1. We're going to be having Gravity Well to clear any riposts, shuffle the enemy party, debuffing their accuracy and their speed. However, I've been having horrible luck with the minus accuracy from this, so I probably won't be depending upon that. We have Warding Flare, so this moves him forward, gives him a riposte, gives him plus dodge, and on the riposte hit will lower accuracy. And I'm going to be trying Fury from Beyond, so this buffs the party's bleed, stun, and move skill chances for the entire battle. We'll do plus damage versus anything below 30% health. However, it does debuff Jake, the Seeker himself, for 3 rounds to have plus damage and stress received. So, probably only using this on the boss, but we'll see what happens there. I do have the card collection on him, so all his stats gets buffed by 10%. And then we have the Legacy Swords, so he has plus 10 accuracy and 10% more damage. The reason for going to do this is the Elegant Daggers for the Grave Robber. She can get up to 45% damage by using these against targets below 25% health, but it's 15% damage gradually. And she gets plus 10% crit as a base by using this. However, she gets plus 10% crits received, which is kind of nasty. Kind of bad offset for that, but kind of worth it. And once again, kind of fun note. Kind of like this for the Arduous trinkets. It's part of a set. So the set gives plus 50% blight amount applied when she's stealthed, plus 25% blight duration, and plus 15% skill chance for blight skills while she is stealthed. So just really going into that, you want the Grave Robber to be stealthed. So let's bring a lot of supplies here, considering the boss in the area. And I think we'll be good and see where this goes.
I had collected many rare and elusive volumes on ancient herbal properties, and was set to enjoy several weeks immersed in comfortable study. My work was interrupted, however, by a singularly striking young woman who insisted on repeated calls to the house.
That seems shorter than normal. Is it just me? I don't know. Anyway.
Method in the wild.
I'm gonna go up to that curio first.
It bears a form both wretched and malevolent.
Is 70% really my best chance at disarming? Okay. Well, we'll see what we get.
A handsome reward for a task well performed.
Alright, backtracking, and then she's obviously at the end of the line. A lot more heirlooms, I'll take these.
Stuff is only the first test. Now it must be carried home.
Torch up, in we go. And maggots. Alright, let's select Sanguine Spear, one of them. Pop.
Another abomination cleansed from our lands.
Because we crit minus 15% damage. Of course it summons friendos. Minus crits received as a just in case. Of course it summons more friendos. I love that they can do that for turn 1. Rhyme Strike. The one that's, you know, there. And we're gonna long arm you, pulling you forward. It's a nice touch that they have 0 movement resistance, and Swift Strike.
Gone, fiend.
And Sanguine Spear again. It bleeds out.
Slowly, gently.
Bop.
This is how a life is taken.
And a bop.
Success so clearly in view. Or is it merely a trick of the light?
And that was just him changing back to, I believe it's disparity mode.
The light, the promise of safety.
Alright, up to the room. Give coins, please. Let's give a silver, hoping to get gold. There we go. Hunger check. Torch up. Leaving him behind. Ooh, the Coven. Max HP protection. Damage on row 2. I don't like that. So the one in row 4 is going to be the most difficult to take out, but the one in row... The 1 and 4 is most difficult to take out. 2 is going to be the most pain in my butt because of damage. He's got Maledict now. Rhyme Strike you. Minus crits received. Healing up. And survey says... No bleed. Pulling you. I was hoping that would take him out. But bleed does, okay. And... see if we can take him out with Ad Mortem. Get him stunned. Alright, we gotta bleed. There we go. So 4 bleed on the Coven Rogue right here. He only needs 2 more. We can Sanguine Spear here. I need 1 to take him out.
The enemy crumbles.
I suppose we can Grimbane him.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
Healing up. I just need to pull this guy, who's got more health, more dodge. I guess I don't even need to pull him now. Shove, and Swift Justice.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy.
Wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. There we go. Torch up, and Battle Room. Hey, bandits, how you doing? Nice to see ya. Well, Fusilier. Sanguine Spear. Minus crits received. And survey says resist. It's only like a 70% chance on turn 1. And Rhyme Strike. Then we're going to shove you. Fusilier ain't gonna do much now. Swift Justice. He's down. Plus 12 accuracy on that guy. That's kind of nasty. Let's Sanguine Spear the big guy. Yeah, get back. Let's Grimbane the big guy. That way, Bleed Blight. If I shove and bleed, he goes down. Swift Justice, and that's a win.
The bigger the beast, the greater the glory.
Healing up. For the funsies.
Inspiration and improvement.
And Glacial Charge. Break that corpse. I think that also gets him a resto when we come back out of it. And search the tent. Yeah, they got everything already. Unfortunate. Dig through this. Torch up.
A victim to the spreading corruption.
And
with misintent.
This is anti-venom. I always forget these. Ooh, blood. I also forgot holy water for the boss. That's not good. Unfortunate. Chev with plus damage too. Unfortunate. Excuse me, plus dodge on the bloodsucker. Why? Why have you done this to me? Rhyme Strike the Squire. I was hoping that would take him out. Shove the Supplicant. And then we're just going to Ignis Ember to take him out, because plus damage, plus dodge there is not great. Minus... I hit the wrong move. I was going to say minus crits received, but... Okay. I swear. Well. Taking out Supplicant for now.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
I forget if Panacea cures Crimson Curse. I really don't want to use that time otherwise. Just heal everyone.
The limbs obey.
Bleed Blight Squire. Unfortunate. Shove the Sycophant. Swift Justice Sycophant.
Decimated.
Then we just got this big guy left who thankfully won't give us the curse, but he can still do some damage. But Ad Mortem. Take the crest, take the citrine, take the gold.
This expedition at least promises success.
Hey, more crusts.
Treasure could staunch the flow of otherworldly corruption.
Can get the trap. Unfortunate.
Ambushed by foul invention.
Get the torch.
A fortune waiting to be spent.
And away we go. I'm using way too many antivenoms. Bust actually helpful. Key this. More food is always good. Take the citrine, we can torch. I want the sapphire, the caution cloak we can leave. So what we can do here is give probably Norman the bronze coin. Because plus scouting chance minus speed on first round is not great. I mean, the scouting chance is not bad, but it's something I can take or leave. Unfortunate. Hey bear, do you want food? No, you want scruffies. That's what you want, huh? Alright, take out Kakata and back.
Executed with impunity.
Max health, plus speed, that's fine. Rhyme Strike, Kakata. There goes my plan of taking it out. What we're going to do is we're going to shove the Ecto. I was hoping Ignis Ember would take them out, but we can still take out the Nymph. Bled for 2. And hope he doesn't make another. Now we just need Madman. So Gravity Well. And Grimbane.
The slow death.
Shoving the Madman, because that makes total sense. Before Swift Justice. Which would kind of make sense, I suppose. Take the food, take the gold.
Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
At this point, if we only have one holy water, screw it, we'll take the gold. I'm gonna go get bear food. Come on. Little gremlin just wants to be walked to food.
Wealth beyond measure.
Take the gold, leave the journal.
Brave and the foolhardy alike.
Hunger check. We need a torch? No. And then to the final room. There's gonna be a mini boss right there. And then a lot of curios. Chirurgeon. Okay. Along with the Woodsman and a patient. Okay. So take out probably patient first. Got the bleed on him. Rhyme Strike Woodsman, for what that matters. Lower crits received. Yes, the Harbinger is a toy. Shoving patient.
The ground quakes.
10 to 19, or I can kind of split the damage here. Yeah, let's split the damage. Then let's spear the Woodsman, bleeding him a bit. It's only a 1, and it's not going to put the Maledict on because Maledict is on the patient, but that's still fine. Bleeding for 4. What I should have done is put... Oh, there's that bleed. The riposte on him. Grimbane. On patient. I believe he's going to bleed and blade out now. Unless he gets healed. He really likes Arthas. Carve that toy. Heal. Long Arm Woodsman. Hopefully bring him forward, otherwise we can still just Swift Justice.
Their cursed champion
Chirurgeon left.
falls.
What I should have done right off the bat is torch. Warding flare.
The match is struck. A blazing star is...
No. Well, shoot. Yuzu. It's not hopeless.
There can be no hope.
You're not alone.
No hope at all.
This is not the end of your journey. Alright, well fine. Heal yourself up. Long-arming Chirurgeon. Add Mortem. There's like half of his health. Rhyme Strike. Now he's marked, so we can shatter him once we get around to it if it takes that long. Can't Sanguine Spear, so Gravity Well. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. Well, shove.
Masterfully executed.
5 bleed, 6 health. Down the Chirurgeon goes. Ad mortem.
A trifling victory. But a victory nonetheless.
Oh, he has brain fog. I don't like the Crimson Curse, Sam I am. I don't like the Crimson Curse. Thank you, leeches, for clearing the Crimson Curse somehow. Okay, take the bandages, take the torch, take the gold. I think I can still take another citrine now. That's only because Diggs I could take the 6 before. Take everything else. Holy water up. And... it's a treasure room, so I probably want that key. I'm not sure I'm going to need that shovel for any curios. We can get rid of the gold for the trapezohedron. Actually, we can get rid of that food. Hi guys, how you doing? Okay, well, ooh, I have bones to pick with both of you. I think the crack shot needs to go more though. So, maledict on him. Rhyme strike on mongrel. Mongrel down. Sorry, pupper. Shoving hatchetman. So we can swift justice the fire mouth.
Another one falls.
I want to see them again. Please grant my wish. No, no.
Compassion.
That is a bad wish, Yuzu. I'm sorry.
Pitch of battle.
And, taking out hatchetman. Oh, he resisted that. Well, fine, long arm. Ignis Ember, taste grenades. Pretty sure we have that, which is vile.
That overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
I have so many things for curios right now. And there's only 3 curios right there. Some of these also do help with the boss, though, to be fair. But I do really want these deeds. I can get rid of the gold. I say as we get more gold. Torch in the battle room. Twisted Groove and 2 Fungal Scratchers. Interesting. Let's mark... I know this is going to mark Arthas, but let's also mark the Scratcher. Gotta bleed him. And we're stunned. Shoving the other one, bleeding him. But that way I can just add mortem this guy down. He's bleeding for 2, he has 3 health. And heal Arthas. Scratcher 1 goes down, so let's start on Scratcher 2 because Arthas is marked. These guys are a necessity right now. Groove can go down later. Oh, hey, Barry, going under that bed, not the window bed? Okay. She never goes to the bed that's, like, under the desk. I guess it's because it's winter and the window bed is cold. Add mortem the Scratcher. Now they both bleed out. Groove left. Well, I guess we can blight with Grimbane. I'm just doing damage to it. Nothing else he has really would do much. Shoving. I guess we can bleed him technically, but... Bop. Bye, Scratcher. Taking what we can, which actually is everything for once.
Can be felled. They can be beaten.
Hey, Yuzu, go ahead and unlock the key. Or the thing there.
Laden with loot are often low.
Take what we can. Leave that. Alright, so we're gonna camp here. Feast for the health and the stress.
Tenuous firelight and uneasy companionship.
So we're gonna share the tea. This cures any blight. 1 companion also gets cured of disease, which I don't think actually can be him. Unfortunate. I didn't realize he had brain fog. We're gonna night watch on Norman. Share the tea. Do I have any good way of removing stress? It doesn't look like it. So I'm going to do battle ready here to up riposte damage, just because I can with Norman, and we'll de-stress Yuzu. Alright, then I actually can get rid of that debuff, I think, on Norman, or at least some of it. Down we go. What do we... There's 2 of them, and we got 2 gold coins. Let's go.
Glittering gold.
Plus 10% max HP.
Paid for in blood.
Unfortunately, like, that could have come at a better time. So, 5 HP on Norman that, like, we're going to have to heal in battle, but... And then... 10% all stats. I don't... It says does not stack. But they stack because it's not max HP and then it's all stats. So that extra plus 10% max HP, what I'm not sure about is if I were to take... Actually, I can test this right now. Because I'm not going to backtrack here. I'm not going to go back to that room right back there because I only have 4 health. Yeah, we can test this on Jake. Because he's the one with the card collection. So heal that little bit. We're going to take the card collection off. Look at his damage. He's at 10 to 13. So technically... These do stack. I think what it means by does not stack is if you get multiple planet X's, because you can get a planet X from your districts, that these do not stack. But also, Plus 10% all stats, base stats. You could just every week have one of these to sell if you got this district. How awesome is that? And then sell it every week for 1,750 gold. That's a stack of gold right there. Alright, let's go in. I don't think there's anything else I can use here.
As the light
And see what the
spirits are lifted and purpose is made clear.
Hag has in store for me, because there's no skills I want to trade out. I believe, because that I can only trade anything out on Jake, and we're fine.
Twisted and maniacal.
Nice background.
A slathering testament to the powers of corruption.
Well, shoot. That's one person I did really not want in there. But also, the Hag only has 90 health and minus 10% damage received. I know I said my head is foggy right now, so I'm probably not thinking correctly. But let me think about this for a second. I have 3 heroes, 3 damaging heroes, that can hit her off rip. I think she has a little more health than normal right now. She takes 10% less damage, so it means for every 10 damage I deal, I'm really only dealing 9. Which isn't the biggest deal, especially because I just got the Plan X. That basically just makes up for it. So essentially, I'm just not going to be healing. If I do Fury from Beyond, I get more bleed chance, which will help with Norman and Arthas. And second turn and beyond, that helps with Jake. And then that's battle long. And once I get her to 30 health and below, I do more damage. Hell yeah, let's go. Now, unfortunately, we can't mark her, but I can glacial. What I wanted to do is Grimbane, but what I might have to do is glacial charge Shatter. Looking at this. Yeah. Minus 2 speed. Minus 6 dodge, minus 2 speed. Yeah, minus dodge, minus dodge.
The blood.
But we blood her, we blood her. And then we can... Oh, but I can Juggernaut right now. That's what works. And then next turn I can get Norman into rank 1 so we can add Mortem. Warding Flare for the riposte, because just in case she attacks Jake again.
The path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it.
Shattering. There's that riposte. Alright. Impaling. Does that trigger that? No. Add Mortem does up to 19. Otherwise, I can do 11 and build it up a bit more. But I'm not going to have a chance to use it for a while, so yeah. Uses that Death's Door. Shoot. I didn't expect it this early. Did not expect it this early. Sanguine Spear, go.
The wood is still poisoned. The way
Was that satisfying there, Jake?
less people will be eaten.
That was like a last-minute save Yuzu moment. Expired ink. Duration of additional effects up by 33%. And the glass eye for the gun, which bypass stealth, accuracy plus 10. On attack hit, de-stealth. Whew. I thought Yuzu would last a little bit longer in there. So that was a last-ditch effort to save her. I almost lost her there. If that hit would have gone up, I'm almost guaranteed it was a death blow. But quest complete. She's down. Another apprentice boss down. Elegant daggers, the grave robber. Some crests, some deeds. A good chunk of gold. A very good chunk of gold. 20,500. Grand total of 24 crests, 4 busts, 3 portraits, and 14 deeds. Everyone's level 2. I'm going to throw Jake in the sanitarium, but he also got Eldritch Hater. Fortified on Arthas, so he occasionally receives a block. Uplifting on Norman, so occasionally provides stress relief for other heroes. Purifier on Yuzu, so occasionally it clears all negative effects from all heroes. And she got Germaphobe, so minus accuracy versus Bladed, which kinda goes against what she does, but Purifier and Germaphobe really kinda go together. It's kinda funny.
You answered the letter. Now, like me, you are a part of this place.
So Yuzu really needs to get rid of Germaphobe because she likes hitting things that are blighted. Brain fog on Jake needs to go away. Otherwise, no one's stressed out there. Do I have sisters right now? I believe I do. I just have not used them recently. Yeah. Almost there. I have the crests for the upgrade. That's a fun looking mask for the Plague Doctor. Plus, oh, this would go with the dagger I lost. Plus blight amount when applied, plus blight duration when applied. I kind of want to go get that now, because if I can get that mask back at any point, or the dagger back at any point, there's the mask that I lost. Or there's a mask for the set. That's a fun trinket for the Foog, plus damage melee skills, bypass guard, on melee hit breaks guard. Can't be guarded and minus protection. Interesting. Okay. Could also get the thing for the tavern going. I totally forgot about that. I know I said I wanted to go and level up more people, kind of get a basis going, but this trinket makes a really, really good set if I can get the other one back. So I'm kind of interested in going to fight the Swine Priest next. See how he's changed. Have some fun with that. So maybe that's what we'll go do. And have a blast with that. So I think next time, that will be the goal. Go get this filtration mask for the Plague Doctor. If nothing looks good after we do that, we'll go and level up more people. Just keeping an eye on the bosses, what they give, things like that. Because I kind of wanted to go do the Lifeless Sovereign. I kind of want to go do the Tavern Construction, but I also feel like we should go play with some of these other heroes that need to be leveled up. But this is one of those things that I need to find a screenshot of that dagger that I lost. But this is one of those things that's really hard to pass up because it doubles the healing done on the battlefield medicine, which I know isn't much. But realistically, it could turn Para into a healer. Later levels, at least. And then plus 33% blight amount in blight duration. When I believe the dagger was already doing something akin to that. So it's like plus 66 blight amount or something like that. It could be really good along with plus blight chance, I believe it had. So this is more the defensive side of that trinket. I'm really interested in this now. And I don't... The problem there is I don't think the trinket's going to show up unless I can get it back from the Shrieker. So I don't know when that's going to be a thing, but we'll have to see. So I suppose that'll be the plan. We'll go with that. I'll stop yapping. So that'll be it for this time. Like, comment, subscribe, all that YouTube jazz. And as always, I wish you all well. I'll see you next time. And please, have a good one.